Who?
Will Poulter, who's gonna be Adam Warlock.
Yeah, he's got that face.
Like, he has no lines in his face. Like, you could draw him very easily.
It's weird because, like, he looks like something that already existed out of a comic book come to life. Like, he almost looked drawn.
He kind of does. But that's what I'm saying. His face is so simple looking. It's almost like a blank canvas for anybody.
But here's my thing with Will Poulter as...
Like, he ain't got no real definitive features.
So my thing with Will Poulter as Adam Warlock is that he always has this baby face, right? There's no part of him that looks like an adult. I think the first time I saw him was in that family vacation movie with him and Ed Helms, and he played the son. Like, I honestly thought he was a teenager. I still think he's a teenager. Like, he doesn't even have facial hair.
He's a cool guy, though. He's like super nice.
How old is
he? Super nice. I don't know. I forget. But he's not that old.
He's not that old?
No. Okay. But dude is super cool. He was super cool. I met him, I think it was during The Revenant. He had came out to Chicago. Super, super nice. Like, stayed late, talked to all the fans and everything. Good. I was just like, this is a stand-up dude.
That's what I like to hear from my actors.
You know, I'm rooting for this guy. You know, like, yeah.
I ain't know it was like that. You rooting for him?
Yeah, man, he a cool dude. Like, listen, when you are a cool person in person, and like, and whatever you doing, or like, that's I can get down with that. Okay, so. He definitely he got my respect, and he could act. The man can act too.
I don't know him from anything. Like, I only remember him from Family Vacation. What else has he done?
The Revenant is definitely
he wasn't the Revenant, but he is like
he doesn't. I mean, he had a supporting role.
Yeah, but so
like this guy was.
So did Tom Hardy, but.
Tom Hardy was forgettable in that.
Nah, man, Tom Hardy was not forgettable in that.
I did not care about Tom Hardy. To be honest with you, I don't really care for Tom Hardy as much. I think he's overhyped. I really think Tom Hardy is overhyped.
I don't think he's overhyped. I think he's.
I do.
I just don't think he's taken roles that have taken notice for a lot of people.
No, I think he's taken like when he would play the role of like the gangster twins and stuff, and
nobody cares about that.
They don't care about it, but like, I think he takes his job seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's had the best partnerships. Like, the way that he would partner with certain directors and certain choices that he would make, I'm kind of like,
right? Know. Like, I remember him from, I think, a Chris Pine movie where it was like spy versus spy. They were fighting over a woman.
Yeah.
I remember him, but like the ones that I remember him from Star Trek, I think it was Nemesis. I think that was the first time.
In that?
Yeah, he was the bad guy. He was the villain.
Oh, wow.
So he was the evil's Picard clone. So he just shaved his head. He was skinnier then, though. But I remember him from that. That was my first introduction. I was like, oh, man, this actor's kind of cool. But I thought he was going to be a one and done. And then I see that he grew and he did that movie where he was like a UFC fighter. And then he did, all the films we're talking about. He did Inception. He did.
Yes, I did like him in Inception. But like even those roles, he would do very well in them.
He was good.
But it was nothing that would be like, oh, man, I need to see Tom Hardy again.
No. He's up there.
I never got
so
that
here's the thing
impression
about him. That's what makes him great. Because when you have an actor, who can come in and just be a chameleon, right? He's just come in. I don't even remember him, but I do remember I didn't think that character was bad. I didn't think have anything negative to say. And he's playing all these different types of roles, and he's acting alongside all these different talented people. It kind of says that you're kind of a good actor, right? If you can literally... You can
be a good actor. I mean, yeah, you're doing your job, right? Like,
and you have one of the hardest jobs in the world.
But what I'm saying, though, everything you said is what every actor should be able to do.
That's
literally the bare minimum.
But no. Hold on.
And to do your job,
bare minimum
and to do different roles.
Certain role. You can be a character actor, right? You can be like that dude who plays Stifler. You only have one kind of role. Or you can be like I said.
He's got versatility.
He's got extreme versatility.
Okay, cool.
right? And that's what makes him exceptional, right? Because he's not like a one-trick pony, right? He's not like a Seth Rogen. He's what Jonah Hill wishes he could be, right?
Sure.
So that I like him. I like Tom Hardy a lot. I say Carl Urban, him, a few other actors, Idris. They fall into that lane where they can just be so versatile that it makes them stand out amongst others.
Okay.
I guess that's how we start.
I bet you started recording.
Oh, I've been recording. You know me, man.
Of course you were.
Yeah.
You don't tell me nothing. That's fine.
It's okay, right? I edit this stuff out. So we got a list. All right, we got a list of topics.
Mm-hmm.
The Spider-Man franchise. There's no way that this franchise is ending, in my opinion. I know that there's all that talk about Tom Holland saying, "Oh, it feels like it's final. It feels like there's so much finality here." I think Tom Holland has really only been a part of one franchise that ended, and that was the Avengers, and that's still kind of going. So what does he even know about stuff ending?
I think the way he phrased all of that is kind of like, we won't know the context of it until we actually see the end of No Way Home. And my speculation is that, because he was basically saying in the interview that we just won't see this version anymore. And I think he was also talking about with like the cast and crew. Keep in mind, production was all done through Marvel Studios, not Sony, because of the deal arrangement. So when he's talking about like, hey, I started Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home with the same director, the same, cast, crew, probably the same relationships built with people in the MCU. That is going to end. So maybe they continue on. I saw an article on comicbook.com and they were sitting here talking about like, Tom Holland's not going to be Spider-Man anymore. He never said that. He just said this version of what we've been seeing in this franchise is going to come to an end, which makes sense because, as you know, with the comic books, what was that? One More Day or Brand New Day?
Brand New Day.
It was a reboot.
Yeah.
It was like a soft reboot. Nobody remembered. Everybody started over. And that's kind of what's happening here. Or at least I believe that's what's going to happen. They just gonna refresh everything. It's a soft reboot.
Man.
Tom Holland's gonna be Tom Holland Spider-Man is gonna be the only one that uniquely remembers.
His contract up?
I don't know about his specific contract. I just know that the Sony Marvel deal is up, but I believe he has one more appearance left. Like he could do one more cameo in the MCU.
His Spider-Man film contract series is up. And if you and I have talked about this before, when actors' contracts are up in a franchise, the way they start communicating to the press, the way they start promoting the film, the way they start saying things, oh, I don't know if there'll be more, we'll see. I don't know, things are out, well, let's keep the door open. They start keeping things very vague and open. If he's in that circumstance, this could all just be him trying to negotiate his salary, right? His new contract.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
And it could just be convenient timing because, one, we just saw that Spider-Man made a cameo at the end of the Venom movie, and there's obviously interest from Sony to still continue to use this character. So he could just be posturing for a new contract while also doing doublespeak about the version or the iteration of the character at a really opportune time. Like if there's any time to talk doublespeak publicly, this is it. Like this is really good timing.
It can be. Yeah.
So like, I don't think this franchise is going anywhere. I think Tom Holland is now in a position where it's time to renegotiate his deal. And he wants to start earning the type of money he deserves for headlining a franchise series as high as a box office as this.
I do like that notion because Spider-Man is going to be Sony's top grossing product like that they have cinematic. So if you are going to be the number one franchise player, you need franchise money.
You need franchise money, right? And he probably
can't be going off that Marvel contract, that you had before.
Nope. Nah, that was his rookie deal. You know, he got the league minimum. Right.
They hit him with 5 pitches, $1 million.
Yeah, totally.
Like, be happy that we helping you.
Oh man. So yeah,
nobody was checking for Tom Holland before this.
No, not at all. And now that he has become Spider-Man, he's also become Nathan Drake. He did that movie with the Russos, Cherry, and he just did another one with what was that that actress from Star Wars?
I know who you're talking about.
The one who plays Rey. I forget her name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I forget. I get her mixed up with the Game of Thrones chick sometimes. So
yeah, he's been doing Chaos Falls or something like that. He's been doing pretty well.
That nobody watched. Yeah,
he's been getting work.
He's been getting work.
He's been getting a lot of work. So he's going to continue to get work. He's got that baby face. He's got that boyish charm. He's got that American apple pie, even though he's British, appeal to him that I think will carry him far. Anyway, Sony ain't got nothing else besides Spider-Man and Venom.
I mean, they do have Craven coming out. They still got Morbius. They got. Look, they're gonna try.
Do they have any non-Spider-Man films? Ghostbusters, isn't that Sony?
Oh yeah, I mean Sony has other stuff,
but they just haven't been using it.
Matter of fact, let me look at their website real quick. They have other stuff. It's just that these are going to be the highest grossing. What do they have? A Mouthful of Air.
What is that?
I don't know what that is. Uncharted. I heard through the grapevine that Uncharted is actually pretty good.
It's got a great cast. It's got David O. Russell as the director, right?
Yep, I heard it's gonna be pretty good. You got Ghostbusters coming out. I've heard positive things with that.
They got Resident Evil.
They got the Resident Evil. Yeah. They got Resident Evil. We'll see what happens. But then they got other stuff like Escape Room, Don't Breathe. Little minor
they
stuff.
Have things to keep the lights on, right? They have these movies that just keep things going, but they really want to grow. Right, the Sony is that one studio I can think of that isn't even trying to have their own streaming platform. They're just like, yo, we ain't even there yet.
Right, and they already came out and said like, yo, we're not selling,
right,
and we about to just send our properties to different platforms. And they was like, yo, who wants this money?
Yeah,
come and get these movies.
They did.
Come and get this money.
Make another.
There you go. Yes, they are.
Yo, Sony. I don't know. They have such great franchises that They do, but I just don't understand.
It's the vision that's the question. It's the vision.
And then they put out things like Monster Hunter. Think about it. Sony has PlayStation, right? They have God of War. They have Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, I don't understand why we don't have a God of War movie. I don't understand it. Do they own? No. Do they own Assassin's Creed?
No, but they probably have easy access to these studios that do, right? Mm-hmm. So if anyone, when these game development studios want to make a film, right, it's not easy for them to go to Hollywood and be like, here's our IP. You would think they know how to talk to each other. They don't. It's like
yeah,
I don't know. It's like just oil and water kind of. But if they have that bridge, that bridge they can use to kind of make things easier for them, like the Metal Gear Solid film rights went to Sony immediately, right? They've been sitting on it since like the early 2000s, and that was because of the relationship between Konami and Sony.
True. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do, man. Like, and this really does put the Spider-Man franchise in question. A lot of people are nervous.
They should
about what happens when this is no longer Marvel Studios helping them out.
It shouldn't be.
Are they going to be able to? Are they going to be able to tap back into the early Sam Raimi years that put comic book movies, really back on the map, or are they going to go back to the Amazing Spider-Man where it was like, no, let's ignore everything Kevin Feige told us in those leaked Sony emails, and
I don't think they're going to go that route. I don't think they're going to go that route. What I'm excited for though is to actually have a Spider-Man movie, because I understand people are calling these things Spider-Man movies. They're usually him teaming up with other characters from the Avengers. So I really think of them as like little side stories for the Avengers, at least from my perspective. I really like to see a Spider-Man story where he just goes in and solves it himself, right? Without any help. Something that's more standalone and just builds up in his character. So yeah, I'm hoping that I'm excited about Sony parting ways with Marvel and taking what they've learned to continue growing the character in a positive way. Unfortunately, they're going to do it without John Watts because he's already signed up for Fantastic Four. But
sure is.
We'll see what unless they're willing to wait for him and try to make a deal with him after he finishes that movie, they'll get someone else.
Yeah.
Maybe they could get Favreau back in the director's seat.
But the question is like, okay, you guys go get someone else. How's that going to feel for audiences? How are they going to take that?
It depends on the director, right? Because think about it. There are still a ton of great directors out there who have never touched a superhero film, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunity. And the cool thing that I like about Sony is that they're giving these other directors a chance if they're willing to play ball, right? They gave Andy Serkis a chance to direct a superhero movie. Marvel didn't.
That's true.
So I would love to see some of these other people who I know are great directors who might have a better relationship with Sony given a chance to play here.
I don't know, man. You're gonna have to give. You can't play like this. Spider-Man, the property is not something you want to experiment with.
Not experiment.
Like that's something you be like, yo, if this our number one thing, like, okay, hey, you got a franchise player in the NBA, you got Michael Jordan, LeBron James, whatever. Hey, let's go get this rookie coach that we just really like.
No, that's not what I mean. But if Ridley Scott comes and knocks on their door and he's like, I wasn't interested before, but I got time. Right? He would question that too. I'd like
you need to give me a hell of a pitch. Like if you're Ridley Scott, of course, you ain't got to audition. Just give me the pitch and let me know what you're trying to do because I'm not just gonna give it to you just because of your name.
No.
You still need to make sure that
I'm just talking about some other directors that clearly aren't fitting Marvel's mold of what they want because Marvel doesn't want a director who's going to come in with a story, right? They really want.
That's not true. They do take directors with a story. They just say, "Hey, this is where we're at." And you just have to kind of fit in line with it.
No. This is where
it is more mutual.
They more so say
at least
this
according
is
to
what
other
needs
directors.
to happen in the film, but you can fill in how it happens. Right? Here's where the character needs to end up. Yeah. Right? And that's why Scott Derrickson walked away. That's why Edgar Wright walked away because they
had different visions and it didn't work. And that's cool. But when you listen to a lot of the directors, when they talk about their initial pitch meetings with Marvel, they are coming to Marvel and saying, this is a project I'd like to work on. This is what I envision. Yeah. And then they just debate whether like, oh man, okay, that works with what we're trying to build or
my imagination is that they get this person to come in, they hear their pitch, they kind of decide, will he fall in line? And then the ones that they think will actually fit their mold, they offer them the position and give them the circumstance of the deal. Like, hey, we like what you were saying, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to do this instead. Do you want to be involved? And then they make a decision. Sony and a lot of the other studios have clearly given a little bit more liberty with the directors and the stories that they go with these films. Same thing with Warner Brothers, and for better or worse. But they're letting these directors actually use their own ideas.
True. Yeah.
So, that's what kind of excites me because this time we might actually get a Spider-Man that does something new, something different, but good. Not like Mark Webb, just something different but bad, but something good. So we'll see how that works out. Did you see that Chloe Zhao wants to direct a Star Wars movie?
I did not see that.
Yeah, she's ready.
I mean, we'll see.
Confidence.
We will see. Yeah. Like, let me watch Eternals first, and then we'll talk. Because going from what she did with Nomadland to Eternals, that's a big jump.
It is.
Those are two different types of movies. They're two different types of audiences. One is more mainstream. The other one is more art house, you know, like smaller screen. Let me see how you handle Eternals, and then you know if you blow that away,
I'm hyped.
I'm not gonna be hyped. I can't be hyped with no live action Star Wars no more.
No. I mean already, with Chloe Zhao.
They lost my. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care who it is.
No, Star Wars.
The way the live action movies have gone. Oh, and let's not act like they didn't have named directors too. No. Hold on. Let's. I know your boy was on there.
Chloe Zhao. Hold on. Chloe Zhao wants to do Star Wars, right? So that means she's, in my opinion, is super confident with what she put out in the Eternals. She's probably getting a lot of good feedback from internally within Marvel that she's trying to liaison into more deals with Disney. That is good to me because the last time I saw a director that made that type of jump from what type of genres they're used to doing a Marvel film were the Russo brothers. And I think they knocked it out the park. So I have really good high hopes and expectations for Chloe Zhao with the Eternals. If this is her saying, look, I knocked this one out the park, I killed it there, and now I'm ready for Star Wars, I'm with it, right? Taika Waititi did the same thing after he finished Thor 3. He was like, Star Wars. So I'm with it. Now, as far as these Star Wars live action movies and there being more of them, I'm not really interested in live action movies unless they're like direct to Disney Plus and they're tied into somehow The Mandalorian. Like if it's not under Jon Favreau, I don't care. Jon Favreau and what's his name? Who? The other guy that is in charge of Dave Filoni. If it's not under Dave Filoni.
If Dave Filoni does not co-sign on stuff,
I'm not with
in
him.
Star Wars, I don't even want to hear about it. Like I really don't even want to hear about it. Like it's not. Matter of fact, it's not official to me.
It's not canon.
You know what I'm saying? If somebody said, "Yo, we doing Star Wars," was Dave in there? I don't see his name in the credit. I don't count that. Mm-mm. I don't count it no more. It's just like in the past. If Lucas's name wasn't on there, what are you doing?
I think it's fair to say that moving forward as a fandom, we can ignore this recent trilogy. We can just.
I am so okay. Just ignoring.
Just act like it never happened. And
I'm very okay with that.
The Mandalorian and Dave Filoni and the Bad Batch and, you know, anything that comes out of his house, anything that comes out of his shop, I'm with.
Yeah, 100%.
But Chloe Zhao, I think she could work with him well. I wanted to talk about some Injustice, but ain't really nothing to say about Injustice except make sure you find time
watch it.
to watch Injustice.
Go watch it.
Just make sure you see it. Yeah.
No, that was top of the line stuff
from beginning to end.
You know, DC does not give. You know, they don't.
I think it was better than the Justice League Dark movie.
You tripping on that?
I think it was better.
Yeah. Nah.
You know why I think it was better? I think it had better emotional beats. Like it tugged at the heartstrings way more.
I'll give you that. Well, no, because they kind of went pretty dark with what was going on. So
it's up. All right. Well, let's just say it's up there with the best. The final one, their version of Endgame, basically. Yeah. That was primo stuff. Let's just say it's up there with the best.
That's easily, at least within the Flash Paradox like saga, mm-hmm. That's easily top 3, no question about it.
I call it the New 52 saga, but sure.
Now, this is the New 52 now. No, because there's
the old one was the New 52. What we had in the Paradox saga, that's the New 52. This is now beyond that. Now we're just, I don't know what this is. There's no continuity in them anymore.
Okay.
You ready for Fandom?
I don't know what to expect with it, so I'm kind of like not really caring as much. Nothing really. It was like some Wonder Woman book, a popcorn maker, some pins, like just little fan stuff.
Stickers.
Nothing crazy. Yeah, it's all right.
I don't like that stuff. But we're going to get a new trailer for the Batman. It's been over a year since we saw it.
I don't want to see it. Don't want to see it. Don't care. Nope. There's no reason to watch it. There's no reason.
Are you still excited for the Batman?
You are already excited to watch the Batman. There's absolutely no reason.
Are you still excited for the Batman?
I am still excited for it, and that is precisely why I'm not going to watch the trailer. There's literally no reason to go see something that's already convinced me to go see it. Here's the thing. There's nothing but downfall if you go watch the second trailer. Because all they're going to do is show you something probably really cool that, guess what? When you go to the theater, that's one less thing that your hard-earned money is going to get you.
You love that surprise factor with movies.
Listen, you cannot undo or recreate a surprise.
No.
You cannot. No. It's like, I hate to use this analogy, but it's like losing your virginity. Yeah. Once it's gone, it's gone. Once you've had that first-time experience just done with, you don't get that back. And I think people kind of get too caught up, whether it's FOMO, fear of missing out, or whatever. Again, the purpose of trailers is to convince you to just go see the movie. If you are already convinced, you don't need to keep spoiling it for yourself. Because the only thing that's going to happen, you're going to have your expectation is going to be higher, which means you're also going to be at a higher potential of being disappointed. Like, this is one of the reasons why, like, even with Black Panther, I was super hyped with Black Panther. But when I go back and kind of look at the trailer, I'm like, dang, if y'all had cut maybe like 5 seconds here, 10 seconds here, like, for example, that, remember that car chase scene? And he, and it blew up and then he did that backflip in slow motion. We should have never seen that. We should have never seen that. So that when we get into the theaters, we can be like, "Oh, that was
the least spoilery thing they could do." Everything else in the movie was really
it wasn't spoilery, but the thing is, you didn't have anything else to top that.
There's not. That was like one of the there weren't very many action scenes that weren't spoilery though, right? Because all the other action scenes just tell too much plot.
Now, see, there's a difference, right? There's a difference between telling me too much of the plot versus spoiling the visual treats that I'm gonna get. So I don't want to see all those visual treats.
I'm saying. Out of all the visual treats in that movie, that was the lesser of the evils. Like, think about it. Like the other action scenes, it was either the opening with Lupita Nyong'o where they were saving those girls, or it was one of the scenes with Killmonger, and you couldn't use one of the scenes with Killmonger because I'm glad that they're putting out another trailer. Me personally, my interest is kind of. I know I'm from a different generation, and I'm probably more in love with Michael Keaton than other critics. But once I found out that both Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton were going to be in the new Flash movie, my interest for this movie kind of went down.
That did nothing. That actually helped me. I had no problem with them coming on board. That made me want to go see it even more. So I got no issue with that whatsoever.
I'm like, oh, you had me at the real Batman. Like, I feel like I'm that meme with Magneto. Like, I want the real Batman. All right, so now Michael Keaton is coming back, and he's going to have multiple appearances in Batman films. Like, I get that this Batman movie is going to have a Gotham TV show spinoff, but I already had Gotham, right? We already had that show with Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I get that it's probably going to end up better than the old Gotham, but my excitement right now needs to be reignited.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's so hard to please you.
Because they had me at Michael Keaton.
It shouldn't be that hard.
They had me at Michael Keaton. I'm still apprehensive with the director, Matt Reeves. I know he has your confidence.
Don't even say that.
I know he has your confidence.
He does.
On the fence still.
Don't do Matt Reeves like that.
I don't have. I got to go back.
He's not JJ. He's not JJ.
I didn't say he was.
I know you wanted to though.
I can't. No, hold on. I can't say that about him because I haven't seen enough of his body of work. Okay. But I can definitely say that about JJ. Fine. All right. So This is it. It's the 2 Planet of the Apes movies I didn't watch, right? He did them both.
Yeah.
No, he did. He directed Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I saw Rise. That was the first one, right?
I think so.
He did Cloverfield. I didn't care for that as a director anyway. I didn't like the found footage thing. Let's see. Well, let's see what I'm getting excited about. All right. So he was a TV director. He did Felicity, the TV show. Gideon's Crossing, Conviction, Cloverfield.
All fine. You're gonna watch the movie. It'll be all right.
All right.
It'll be all right. There's nothing to fear.
But yeah, fandom. Batman. It's gonna be a new trailer. I'm excited for it. I'm hoping that it makes me have the confidence I need in this dude.
I'm telling you, you'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I have for this one.
That's all I got too.
All right. Well, for the viewers, if you guys like this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you want to see more of the correct opinion, make sure you subscribe. We'll check you guys later.
Peace.